broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everyone! Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show with my crazy crew right here.
I love this song. Great choice, Daniel. Great choice.
Too Saved by the Bell. Very good show.
Sing it, Kelly.
Right. I am Kaori Takee, and you can follow me at Kaori, is Kaorious, and you can send us comments, questions, all that good stuff at
Compliments.
#ABTVAGT. What up? And now I'm gonna let my fellas introduce themselves, starting with this crazy man right here.
Actually, I'm rather sane, but thank you anyway for the introduction.
No.
I am Kevin John, and I'm so glad to be here amongst such great people. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyKevinJohn, or you can find me here every Thursday, 6 p.m., talking AGT after shows with you. Now I'm going to pass it over to the really crazy guy on this panel.
I don't know why you would say that. Hi, my name is Zach Morris, and you can find me at zachattack.org or on the Bayside High website.
What about your alter ego?
I don't know what that is, but I made up that name. My name is Daniel Weiss, and you can find me at It's Daniel Weiss on Twitter.
Did you have to sound so creepy when you said that?
I didn't have to, but I decided to.
What about the fellow next to you?
I don't know him. I need an adult!
I'm like your biggest enemy, AC Slater. And I go out with
Albert.
You look more like a Screech.
I am more of a Screech. I really do.
I'm just kidding.
No, but
His
you're
name
right,
is Samuel Powers.
The skin tone I was going for, but actually my name is Cameron Penny. You can follow me on Twitter at Yotown Music with an S, or Instagram. Just go to Cameron Penny and I'll be right there.
Wait, Yotown with an S?
No, Yotown Music. I'm sorry, Yotown Music.
So spelled correctly.
Yes. Oh, that's the way. Okay, Yotown Music spelled correctly.
That's the best way to say it.
That was great. That's
Thank
three. He's 3 for 3 today.
I love this panel. All right, so overall thoughts of the show, guys. This
Hated
audition
it.
round. Come on.
It's like, no, it had highs and lows.
I mean, I think that this season's been really stacked, and then the third audition rounds is no exception. It was really good.
I thought there was a lot of mediocre talent this particular episode, especially compared to last episode.
Yes.
I mean, they set the bar so high. So I was going into this episode, I was like, I'm going to see some just groundbreaking, earth-shattering talents. I was a little disappointed. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't phenomenal.
All right.
So,
I agree with that.
yeah.
It definitely had some of my future favorites, but overall I thought it was mediocre. It got boring in the middle, but there were, like I said, some acts that rose above some of the other acts that we've seen this season.
Yeah.
For me.
I mean, for me, like last episode, I thought, okay, that final act is possibly the winner, and then I saw another act this previous episode that I thought, actually, they might be better. It was just really phenomenal.
Can I say this, though? And I know we're going to talk about it later.
No.
I was shocked about the Golden Buzzard that was...
Oh,
we'll get into that later, but I think that was the biggest shock
I agree.
of this whole thing for me.
get
I
there.
was...
Yes,
yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the show was good. It had its moments, but there was nobody who really brung it like last week's show.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's start and let's get into the acts. First, they had the We Will Rock You theme. We will...
Queen.
I will say that they've been
This
using...
actually, they're going to use a Queen song. This should have been another one, Bites the Dust, this episode. So.
Zing!
No.
That was...
We are not
something.
the champions.
I think that they... a side note, I feel that they choose really good music to go along with whatever they're B-rolling at it.
I agree. I mean, what
Right?
I hear as I'm fast-forwarding my DVR is just fantastic.
See, I watched the whole thing.
Oh, I watch it just like this.
Wait, when you fast forward, it makes that sound still. It's not
Yeah, I'm
quiet.
watching it on VHS.
What's going on? I'm like, oh.
I record it all onto video cassette.
If you guys haven't noticed, Daniel's still living in the 80s. From his T-shirt that he's wearing to his VHS to his hair and his he
That's
looks like
not
he.
80s right there.
No,
That's like
no, it's not.
70s.
Not-
Daniel,
90s
you
grunge?
look like a
Come on, this is
band
gonna be
member.
great.
You look
Is it
like a band member out of Nirvana, circa early 90s, late 80s.
So a millionaire rock genius.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Correct.
That starts a
I
lot
will
of
take
cocaine.
Committed
it.
suicide?
That starts a lot of cocaine. All right.
All right.
What?
All right, crazy guys. Let's
It
start
was
off
heroin.
with DJ Smart. DJ
You don't
Smart.
snort heroin. You
The
Okay.
first
inject it.
blah, 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 the first act, DJ Smart. All right, so it's he's from a company called Frelusion, and he basically explains that he does video mapping and dance merging. I was a little skeptical, but when the music started and he started dancing, he looked naked and everything looked phenomenal.
And Corey was instantly into it.
Yeah.
And so was Cameron.
Well, even if he had clothes on, well, he did have clothes on, but even if he didn't look naked, it was amazing, and it was really good, and the girl was great, and there's like 3 people in the act, but you only really had one for the most part. It was amazing. I thought it was really good. I can't believe it was the first one.
Yeah, I'll take it after that. I mean, it was good as well. Whenever they incorporate what is it called, the media effects or the special effects using the media, the whatever that stuff is called, the Kenichi stuff.
Okay.
Whenever you incorporate that in there, I think that you have to bring it.
Yeah.
Because you got to realize when you bring stuff like that in there, sometimes it takes away from the talent or that takes away from whatever the actor doing. So whenever I see all those effects and all these media things back there, I'm like, okay, I'm still going to look at what they're doing and not get caught up in all the other stuff. So overall, I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was pretty good. He definitely exuded talent along with the girl that was with him. So
Okay, fellas.
I'll say what I end up saying usually every season, which is by itself was very good. If I had just seen it, I thought it was great. But having seen last week, I think it was Hans and Angela, it's not their names, but the last act of last week that did the digital dancing, I thought they did it a lot better
Really?
and enjoyed it a lot more. So when it gets to the competition of it against each other, I think they'll do better. Maybe, we'll see, but so far I like theirs better, but it was very good.
Okay, all right, Cameron.
I agree with him. It wasn't as magical as the last act of last episode 2. But he inspired me to get back into the gym.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was jacked.
He was physically fit, and then
That's
the
true.
girl popped up out of nowhere at the end, just like, hey. But I like it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. And they went through with 4 votes of a yes. What?
Wow, you don't have to call me out. You could just pretend like I was going to talk without raising my finger.
We keep it real with our viewers.
Do we? I was going to say with the girl, I thought was awesome. It looked like they kind of drew her on screen and then she was there in real life. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I loved this act, but let us know what you think, and also head over to podcast1.com, and there is a 3-minute survey we would love for you guys to take, because thank you so much for tuning into AfterBuzz TV, but we would also want to improve, get better for you, and how we can do that is for you to stop over at podcast1.com, check out that survey. It only takes a couple minutes. We would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Then check out podcast 2, The Castaning.
No.
Whispers.
You got me.
We also do have a Whispers after show, and you can also
Whispers.
drop over some comments over there. All right, so next act was Paul Zerden. He's a ventriloquist. He's an English-speaking ventriloquist. Boo!
Boo!
I don't know.
I'm on the boo side as well. First of all,
I'm
go
on
ahead.
the good side.
First of all, this dude's jokes were not funny at all.
Thank you.
His humor was atrocious.
It was-
I cannot believe it. The only thing that I give him from this is the fact that his ability to be able to talk without moving his mouth. That alone is a talent. Ventriloquism. I give him that. That's phenomenal. But as far as his act, as far as his comedy, as far as his humor, piss poor. Terrible. Terrible.
He wasn't funny, guys.
Wasn't funny at all.
His humor was dry, but his ability to captivate the whole audience and the judges, one person with all that interaction between him, the dummy, the suitcase, I mean, he was.
I could have captivated the crowd if I just walked out on stage and mooned everybody.
For me, he's more.
But can your booty talk?
For me, he's more
That
like
has yet to be
What would it
determined.
sound like?
he's more like a street performer level.
Waiter.
For me than for him to fill the stage. What?
No, I was gonna say that about the band with the tap dancers later. They were more like a street band. You want to see, but.
And then the whole doing the click on the stick on trying to include the judges when he was going by and talking about them one by one. We've seen that so many times in this show. It just falls flat. Humor was not funny. But Daniel apparently thought he was the most hilarious ventriloquist out there. So Daniel, please justify.
It's Daniel's turn, and you're all going to sit and listen to what I have to say.
Yes.
He was the best ventriloquist that I have ever seen. And I will
Sorry.
tell you, get out of here, Kevin. You don't know talent.
No, you
Keep
gotta
that
stay, you
face.
gotta
No,
stay.
Kevin, get out.
This is the worst.
Seriously,
Daniel's lost all credibility.
Kevin, get out of here.
You're lucky I can't
Look,
move anymore.
what have you seen a ventriloquist do? Come out with a dummy, and then guess what? He comes out with another dummy. Then he brings out a third dummy. Then you get Jeff Dunham, who comes out and he uses his dummies as an excuse to be racist. This guy did a ventriloquist act without a dummy. That was awesome. When he first he was messing with the microphone and having his voice come after his voice. Looked like he could have done that with effects. He didn't. Then when he put the dummy in the bag, it sounded like the dummy was talking from the bag. It was very funny. He had some really good jokes. He played with the judges and he had them focus. He called attention to his mouth, which you do not want to do as a ventriloquist, and he did it very well. Both of you are entitled to your opinions.
Thank you.
My opinion is that you're both stupid.
That's a really awful. What do you mean agreed? Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Well, you know
Daniel,
what?
I don't even know if you realize the level of the not just arrogance but stupidity that just came out of your mouth. Not only are you grossly delusional in the fact that you thought his jokes were actually hilarious and funny, I would like to see that guy go, even if he went to freaking, amateur at the Comedy Store, he would not have passed or made it through. Or the Laugh Factory. His jokes for what it was were terrible.
Well, that's why opinions exist.
Yeah, exactly. And opinions it sounds like the consensus over here is that he wasn't that funny.
You can't point to two people and say we're the consensus when there's two other people that are against you.
Cameron said he was whatever.
He definitely needs a comedy writer. But his
talent, thank you.
But his talent, as far as being able to hold an audience and everything Daniel said, you can't. That's what's America's Got Talent.
Look, why don't we leave it to our viewers to comment? And
Please
let us know what they
comment.
think.
But I'll leave you with this, Corey. When it's video games, I will come to you for your advice. Kevin, when it's I don't know what you're good at, I might come to you.
He's a dancer.
But when it's comedy, you come to the guy who knows comedy. Wait, I think
Daniel,
you just lost.
your,
Wait, it's me.
And you just lost your credibility card when it comes to comedy with that. Next. Next.
In reality, these guys love each other.
That's not true.
Also,
I like Kevin.
Speaking of reality, guys, there is a show, Dance Battle America, coming to
Dance,
ABC.
battle, dance,
And
battle,
it is
dance.
brought to you by our very own
What
Maria
kind
Menounos.
of battle
Hey, let
dance
me-
are you?
All right. Ready? All right.
You're going to make Kaori mad, Daniel.
No, I'm just confused now. Okay, so it comes from our very own Maria Menounos along with Julianne Hough. And what they've been doing for the past couple of Christmases is they've been sending out Instagrams with a dance battle, dance wars against each other. And now there's actually going to be a real TV show. And you guys can submit your videos at dancebattleamericacasting.com and you can actually win a trip to Los Angeles.
Nice.
Ooh, I could win a trip to Los Angeles?
Yes.
LAX.
And you can probably even meet us.
Ooh, I would love to meet us.
So head over to dancebattleamericacasting.com to get more info on how you can submit a fun little video. You don't have to be a splendid dancer, just have fun with it and, just make it pop.
Kaori, if you were going to dance battle to any song, what song would you choose?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Wow,
That's
way
not
to
an
back
answer.
it up.
Daniel, if you were going to dance battle to any song, what would you choose?
Single ladies.
No, cute. How about you, Kevin?
That was actually pretty funny. I would definitely do MC Hammer's "You Can't Touch This,"
Okay.
and I would rip it.
I would go with TLC. The
Which
What About
one?
Your Friends.
What about your friend?
All right.
Will they stand it? Even our producer Marissa's over there bobbing her head back and forth.
Yeah, she's into it.
Yeah.
All right, so then we had a montage of a drag group, then guys dancing in red heels, and then a contortionist dancer. And they were kind of grossed out by the contortionist dancer, but I thought that was kind of weird because a couple seasons before, there was a really sick-ass contortionist dancer that they
Turf.
loved. Yep, Turf.
I thought that while I was
Yeah.
watching this, I was like, he's good, but oh yeah, Turf was a lot better.
Yeah.
And as we tried to not do that and say, oh, you can't help it sometimes.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can.
comparison is always going to be there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, like I compared the ventriloquist to the headliner now in Vegas, the
Terry
winner of
Factor.
season Fader.
Fader. You know what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
meant.
but
That's
it
why I
was
corrected you. All right, so number 3, we had Tao and Vard, this 96-year-old
Hot.
Cameron?
Hot.
26-year-old teacher, 70 years apart, and they are Mambo dancers, and the audience ate it up. What'd you guys think?
She wasn't as hot as my lady from last week. You know, you could definitely see some stiffness in her bones.
In case you guys don't know, Cameron has a thing for not older women, but basically
Oldest women.
near death women. Yeah.
If you're about to die, I'm the man for sure.
But you're on their will.
But overall, it was a great talent. I love the chemistry. I love her personality, how she engaged with the crowd, and her backstory about her and Marilyn Monroe running through the Hollywood streets back in the day. But you know, it wasn't nothing exciting, but it was good.
Okay, all right. I'm surprised that they went through, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
Oh, okay.
It was
I know
another
why.
case of they're good for ... For someone who's 96 years old, they were good. But if she wasn't there and you had a 26-year-old woman and she danced the same, they wouldn't have gone through.
True.
So
I agree.
is there merit to that? Maybe for one more round, but that's about it.
Okay, fair enough. Kevin?
I don't want to be redundant, but you know,
Redundant.
the fact of the matter is this: you know, we like cute stuff, kind of like kids when the kids come out and perform. And I'm gonna give my take on the LA Orchestra's kids later. But the thing is, you know, when you're either extremely really young or extremely really old, America seems to have, or people in general seem to be sensitive and have a heart for that. So it's like you can do no wrong. And I think there's one of the cases where it's like they can do no wrong. She's 96 years old. She can do no wrong. Pass her through.
And you know what Heidi did say, which I agree with her, she's actually been saying better stuff this season.
I like Heidi.
She actually said what she loves about America's Got Talent is you get to see these crazy acts where no other competition show on TV has these things going on. So I appreciate
The Kardashians.
That is not a competition show.
Lots of craziness.
All right, so next we have Alondra Santos, a 13-year-old, and she sings to mariachi. Very strong voice. What did you guys think?
Was it only me, or did it seem like when she talked, she was one way, and then she started singing?
Yes.
It was something I thought it honestly sounded like she was lip syncing initially, because I was looking at it and I turned away for a second. And I heard the voice. I was like, "Oh, there's somebody in the background," and then it was her. So to me, it honestly sounded like she was lip syncing. But I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, and if that was her, that girl's phenomenal.
Yes.
she was phenomenal.
Of course it was her.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Hey, I'm telling you, if something breaks in about 2 to 3 weeks that one of the contestants on American Idol was lip syncing, you heard the speculation first here.
American Idol? Okay.
You heard the speculation
remember
first here. Go ahead. Because, of course, contestants never lie or do anything on these shows
But
that
it's
would
impossible
deceive the
to-
public.
Yeah, but they can't
Yeah. they
possibly have a track play
Yeah.
without the producers knowing.
Yeah, because, of course, the producers are always show integrity and do everything
No,
perfectly
you're right,
the
Kevin.
way.
They are going to risk the entirety of the show to have one person come out and lip sync.
You never know, man. You
I
never
do know.
You never. Are you a producer on the show?
Yes,
Daniel, what did you think of the singer?
she was great. I couldn't understand a word she
Nope.
said, so that takes small points just for me because that, to me, lyrics are a part of it. But she was a fantastic singer and had a fantastic voice.
I'm surprised it was her first time on stage.
That might be a lie.
Yeah, maybe.
She was probably one of my favorite acts of the night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Tremendous.
She was phenomenal.
She brought it.
You went from the elder to the youngin.
I mean, you know,
Oh, so you have a spectrum of
13
legal.
to 93. 13 and it's like, no. No, but she was, her. See, y'all got me all messed up over here. But no, her voice. I'm a music guy, and the way she was able to connect with the audience once again. But big vocals, sad, quiet girl. You would never expect. I could see her getting picked on and bullied in school, but then when she hits that stage, she lets it all out. So
she did, and
job.
she made it through with everyone saying yes unanimously. And then we had the Orchids, and they met at a karaoke bar. Ellen and Carrie.
The worst.
All right, so who's next?
I predicted
Exactly.
they would be bad, and they were. But the good thing was that Nick Cannon
Saved
came out,
them.
and it showed just how much of a team player Nick Cannon is. I'm not,
It showed again, giving these women false hope. Like, oh, Nick Cannon's coming out. They like it. We actually have a chance. Oh, they're making fun of us.
But they already got
Dude,
the ex.
Are you
before-
guys
think they
not
might come
seeing
back.
this? Obviously, these women are not trying to be professional singers.
You don't know
They're
that.
not trying to
You
get a
don't know
deal.
that.
The
True.
reason why I enjoyed it, and even why
Are
Howard,
you an Orchid?
Howard was even entertained, is because these girls came out there to have fun. They came out there to have a good time, kind of like the BOOTY guys. They were sitting there trying to have an illustrious rap career. They just said, look, we're going to have fun. We're going to drop a song and just have fun with it. That's what I saw with the Orchids. These girls just wanted to come out and have a good time. I enjoyed it. Obviously, they were terrible. They were horrible. They were atrocious. But it was entertaining.
You don't lump my Tone the Chief Rocka in there with the Orchids.
Honestly, I want to see Tone the Cheek Rocka do a song with the Orchids. They have
I want to
collaborate.
see you drive off a cliff.
Oh gosh, you guys! They
Your
love
dad's car.
Here's your.
They love each other outside
your-
of this.
Don't steal my dad's
Cameron.
car.
They were terrible. I mean, they belong in the karaoke. I'm sure they did it for just something to pass along for some ratings or something, but there was nothing special. Even Nick Cannon saving them couldn't save them. So I'm happy they got the X early and quick.
Yeah, and let's move on to a more enjoyable act. We had oh great, my thing. Scott Hireman from Lexington, Kentucky. He does a comedy routine. He's a pizza delivery guy. I'm sure he's funny, but the whole time it's not my sense of humor. I didn't laugh at all. I didn't think it was funny.
I'll say this.
But he made it through with 4 yeses.
And this is the thing. And Daniel, from comedy, if you want to see a good routine, I thought his routine was hilarious.
Oh, no.
That ventriloquist
Thank you.
dude that was so hilarious. No. I honestly, and I'm not saying that because he dressed up in heels and all this other stuff. I'm saying that because I actually laughed at certain jokes. And I don't really laugh at a lot of the comedians on America's Got Talent because it's kind of cheesy. But one of his funniest jokes...
Cheesy pizza.
Taylor Williamson is what you said.
I was not thinking Taylor, but at least we know who on this panel is thinking about Taylor right now.
Me.
So anyways, Daniel, you're weird. So anyways, like I said, I'm not saying he was a hilarious. I'm not saying he was the best comedian, but I thought for what it was worth, he was pretty funny. And when he said that joke, like when his parents were like, why can't you be more like your sister? And he was like, well, okay, look at me. It was pretty funny.
Was that the same guy?
Yeah,
That's
it
not
was
the
him.
same guy.
That was him.
That was him.
The pizza guy from Kentucky.
Did you
okay.
did you watch the show this week?
I did, but you
Jerry?
did this female thing, and I'm like, that wasn't him.
Because he was dressed like a female.
Was that him? Okay, I got confused. Either way,
What
he
are
wasn't
you
funny.
talking about?
He was dressed like a girl. Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't even put the notes that he dresses like a female, but it is funny
You're
that
bad at
We
Hi-
just lost viewers right now.
it is
I can't
funny
wait.
that Heidi Klum
We
did
don't have
say
viewers.
that it's the first time that she really loved a comedian, and that made me
Yeah.
think of Taylor. That's why I thought of Taylor.
Of course, you want to just keep throwing Taylor's name up.
No, it's
but,
legit.
Yeah. But when Heidi affirms it, it's pretty.
What'd you guys?
pretty-
Well,
pretty
what'd you
clear.
guys?
Let's
Yeah,
let
Mr.
Cameron go first, and then I'll
Comedian boy.
give mine.
Well, she was not funny. And I think he tried to create some shock and awe with the weave and the mustache and the high heels.
Yeah.
And I think America has this fascination all of a sudden with cross-dressing, and they're trying to make it more acceptable for television, and I just didn't get it. I mean, if he would have came out there and really had some good jokes, yes, but
Yeah,
he's not a good-looking girl, and he didn't have good jokes.
I agree. I didn't laugh at all.
Well,
I'm sure he's
I
funny.
don't think he
but-
was trying to be a good-looking girl. He had a full beard for crying out loud, thicker than Daniel's. So I don't
But
think he was.
that's
going...
acceptable
But that was
in
part
some
of the
parts
humor.
of Kentucky.
So, Daniel, time for the comedian to
Cameron,
rate the comedian.
Corey,
Yes.
you guys are once again drinking the stupid juice.
What? You're so
He
mean.
is my favorite act that I have seen this season. What? And I will tell you why. Let me tell you,
no.
stop your gas. You can put those corks back in and inflate yourselves again.
I want to hear
He
this.
came out wearing a dress and long hair and a beard. And one of two things were going to happen normally. Either he was going to be terrible. He was just going to be a gimmick who tries to make dumb Valley Girl jokes the entire time. Or he's going to tell jokes that are just about being a cross-dresser. He came out and he did neither. He had jokes that were hilarious that had nothing to do with the way he looked, and he was confident, and he obviously dresses like that. That was not just part of his act. Now, he doesn't do it all the time, I'm sure, but that's how he feels comfortable. And I thought he was a very good comedian. He had some great jokes. He did work with how he looked, but he also worked away from it, and he had the self-confidence to come out and do it in a dress, full makeup, and long hair, and can hold his own without even bringing that up. And I think that is fantastic and amazing, and we need more of it.
You know, it's actually, for the first time, I somewhat agree with you.
Shut up, Kevin.
However, no, you shut up. It's my turn to talk. However, I think you're saying he was the best actor you've seen this season. I think that's a gross overstatement. I mean,
I think it's my opinion.
He was gross. She was gross.
See, I don't like comments like that, and that makes it even better in my book because he came out not afraid to have comments.
So let me ask
like
you this.
that.
Let me ask you this, Daniel. So with a comedian like that, say for example, let's just say he does end up, being runner-up or winning or something like that. Do you think that when he goes out on his comedy tours and does stuff like that, he has to continue dressing as a woman, or can he just go as himself, technically as a man, and come out and give jokes? I mean, what is your take on that?
I think he was dressed like himself
I think he was too.
Exactly.
No, because he doesn't dress like that all the time.
to deliver pizza, but he said that he had pink eyebrows no matter
He
what.
supports
I think
Prop
that's his
8.
thing, yeah.
And I think that, and he does perform
I think, yeah.
in that. That's what I'm saying. It's not a gimmick. This is a man who is comfortable, more comfortable wearing women's clothing and dressing like a woman.
He was in his element
That's
on the
just
stage.
it. Look
Yeah.
at Eddie Izzard. He is a cross-dresser. And you know what? He's one of the biggest comedians out there ever.
Okay, fair enough. That's interesting. We gotta move on. We gotta move on, guys.
At least he said I wasn't drinking stupid juice, so thank you, Daniel, for the
I'm not
non-shade.
touching your hand now.
Someone's upset. Let's
That's my knuckles.
Let's cheer up because Michael John, he's a 26-year-old magician.
He's Kevin's cousin.
He's hot, by the way.
Yeah, we probably are related.
He basically
Michael and Kevin
almost.
John.
You guys ready? Okay. Michael John, he basically almost made it to the major leagues of baseball, but he couldn't do it because he really wanted to pursue his passion, which is magic. And why, you don't believe this story?
No.
I don't know. First of all, somebody is really about to be a professional. I mean, you're not going to be. Yeah, LeBron was going to be this incredible NBA player, but he decided to
be a plumber,
a card magician. No, if he was really that good, he would have been in the MLB right now. So I don't buy that for 1 second.
Okay.
Obviously, things didn't turn out that way, so he turned his.
Okay.
I'm not fooled by that.
Aside from that, he had a magic trick with Mel B as his assistant. First, it was the card swap via the mouth without even kissing, and then it was also the little tattoo, SM hand, hit. What'd you guys think of him? I thought he was great. I thought it was really cool tricks, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out how he did it. So, I mean, yeah.
I liked him. I thought
Yeah.
his tricks were good. Again, it's one of those things with a lot of magic and a lot of close-up magic, which is very good start. What's next? You have to build. That would be, if he was doing a magic show, that would be one of his first tricks. Now, let's heighten it. Can he do that? We'll see. But I thought it was very good. And the card thing, I have not seen that version before. And I thought he did a really good job with it.
I thought so too, yeah. What'd you fellas think?
I liked him as well. I mean, he has some great magic tricks that I'd never seen. You know, like last week they had cutting Heidi in the box, but today he had a lot of more original content.
He did,
and it was. I don't. You say he was a good-looking guy, but he did his thing.
Yeah. Oh, it helps that when someone's good-looking, doesn't it? Okay. Anyway, so Kevin John, your turn.
Well, speaking of good-looking, I'll go now. I love magic or illusionists and stuff like that. I wasn't wowed by him, but for what it's worth, it wasn't a bad trick. It didn't lose my interest. I was engaged. So, like Daniel said, I want to see what's next. What are you going to do next? What are you going to bring to the table?
All right. And for the record, we just had one sole person in the chat that Zebra Turtle said the ventriloquist was amazing.
Oh, boom, 3-2.
I mean,
You just won. That's 3 against 1.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So me.
No, you two.
Yeah.
Do you know numbers?
Yeah.
Have you heard of math?
Cameron wasn't on Team Ventriloquist.
No,
Yeah,
I
he
was.
is.
I
Yeah, he was.
That's
Yeah,
what I
he was.
supported.
Oh, I thought he was trying
And then
to
that
defense.
person in the chat room adds to
So
us,
we
which
just
is
won.
3. It's fine. We'll
But
teach
they
you
didn't
math.
say time out.
Wait,
They
oh
didn't
wait,
s-
you're a teacher, Kevin?
Yeah, I
right.
teach world history. So, anyways, the thing is,
World War
is that-
One, World War.
No. She said his ventriloquy was good. I was talking about his comedy.
Yeah,
I didn't say
I
anything
agree.
about him being.
No,
a
she said the
ventriloquist.
ventriloquist is awesome, not
Okay.
his.
Correct
And that's what I.
statement.
And,
Let's
and
move
you heard
on.
What I said, I thought he was a great
Okay.
ventriloquist. His comedy was terrible. Go ahead.
That's what I mean. He's a great ventriloquist. His comedy wasn't my cup of
Clean
tea.
up.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
so let's move on. There was a
Did you call her
montage.
Carrie?
Let's go. A montage of dancers that made it through. There's a tap dancing duo, and then the Ken project, where it says every Barbie needs a Ken, and they were pretty much like strippers. Yeah, it wasn't
Look
my
at
thing.
Pony.
So next we had.
Well, I just want to say real quick, I was bummed because in that entire montage, they kept going back to this Big Al guy or Big John in the audition line who was wearing overalls and a big fake afro and dancing around with people in the audition.
Yeah.
And then he never came out. I wanted to see what he was
Yeah,
going to do. They
that a
kept
lot.
teasing him.
You're right. They do that a lot.
You know what's funny? At first, I thought that dude was Leroy Patterson, the big guy. We'll get to Leroy later, but anyways.
All right. Well, let's move on to Wahim from Algeria. Cab driver, fun energy, fun to watch. He's like, oh, I need the audience to clap because I don't have any partner. And the joke was that he dances a lot like Howie Mandel. Question for you guys. Before he actually started his performance, did you guys think he was going to be good, or did you guys know he was going to be a failure?
He didn't do anything magical for me. From the time he walked out there, I was like, it wasn't. I went to the kitchen.
Was it just me, or did he kind of look like if?
Are you about to be racist?
I'm not. If Prince Jafar from Aladdin
That's racist. No,
and no, listen. If Prince
Who's
Jafar,
Prince Jafar?
what was his name in Aladdin?
Jafar?
The protagonist. What was his name?
Jafar?
Aladdin?
Aladdin. It was
Yeah, it was the protagonist. It was
Because
Aladdin.
you said protagonist,
Right.
so I thought Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Okay.
Who's the prince?
Just
Jafar.
There is
okay.
no prince.
Jafar is not a prince.
There's the Sultan.
Yes.
There is Princess Jasmine. There is Aladdin, aka Prince Ali.
Prince Ali. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Okay. So
job.
I was thinking when he came out, I was like, okay, Prince Ali, and if MC Hammer had a baby, this would be the product right there. He truly looked like a mixture of the two of them.
It wasn't a very good baby then. What'd you guys
Yeah.
think of his
Wow.
act?
Shade.
Whatever. It wasn't great for this. He's not.
I mean,
he doesn't belong in the
Yes.
contest.
I'll put it like this.
agree.
I can do what he did.
Yeah, I mean, if you bought a ticket to a variety show and he came out, you would feel gypped. Let's be honest. You know?
He didn't bring it.
Especially because it's a variety show and there's only one guy dancing.
Well, I mean, he came out with a slew of people. Are
they any good?
What?
The other people?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, then I'm not that gypped. If they're
Okay.
really good, then he's not great.
All right, so the next one is LA Children's Orchestra, ran by Susan Pascal. She has a very interesting story. She wanted her children to join an orchestra in their school, but there was no orchestra, so she started one. They orchestrated Eleanor Rigby. Are you? That was me or you? Okay.
I have no idea what they're laughing at.
I thought it was really good, but it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. What'd you guys think?
I think that's very critical of these very young kids that worked very hard at this. For you to
Because
say
they're
that's
kids,
not
I'm
my
supposed to
thing.
be like, oh no, it's great. Let them through.
Yeah, that's the way they do it. No, honestly, playing an instrument is very difficult, and I know because I played several instruments in my life. You know, from the saxophone to the drums to, the digital piano. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's very difficult to learn how to play certain instruments like that. So I give them credit for it, but it wasn't something that I was, head over heels over or something I was going crazy. But the fact that they're that young and to be able to play instruments is pretty admirable. But
I know I wasn't enjoying it when I was thinking to myself, when is
About
this
Taylor?
over?
Oh,
When
okay.
is it? What? When is this over? When is this over? Anyway, move on.
I thought it was very enjoyable. They're very talented.
Yeah,
that
they are.
age to be playing those instruments that well. And then on top of it, they were marching in a perfect circle.
I agree.
That was very entertaining
They
to
had
me.
great
They weren't
sequences.
just, yes, they were performing. They weren't just sitting down playing their instruments, which that would have been enough for me too.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It's another one of those acts that I don't know how many times I can see it because I
Yeah.
feel like the only thing they could do at this point is change their songs. It's not like they can get much bigger unless they add a children's choir, which they
Yeah.
might do. Who knows? But for this performance, I enjoyed it.
Okay,
Would you have passed them through
Yes, for this one.
for this one? Okay.
fair enough. Yeah.
Killer
Give them
Cam.
another chance.
They were great TV. You know, I have a history of music like Kevin with playing instruments, and to see kids play instruments instead of DJing or banging on a beat machine
Sure.
Yeah.
is what the world needs. So
Absolutely.
give them that opportunity to see if they can grow and inspire some other kids.
All right. Okay. And then we had a montage of just the Chicago Ultimate Tumblers. They were like high jumping guys and acrobats. And then Pitch Slap, an acapella group. I love acapella. It was a shame I wanted to see a lot more of them because I want to see more of that. And then the Rhythmic Circus, which is a band / tap dancing. It was like a little performance on its own. They made it through. And then we've got this 32-year-old pain junkie from Downey, California.
Hated it.
Leroy Patterson. He's by day a horror film editor, and by night, I guess
He looks like a walking horror film.
his act was throwing 5,000 thumbtacks on the floor, taking off his shirt, and then throwing his body onto those thumbtacks.
See, this is my thing. When you guys are critical of stuff like this, it goes back to the question: can you do that?
Well,
No.
yes, but
No.
would we?
We could,
No.
but we don't
Where's
want
the
to.
talent in that?
That's
I didn't
right.
see his
See,
talent.
this is the thing. This is the thing. First of all, you have to look at his
Wait,
Give me
so
your pen,
you're
I'm gonna
impressed
stab
with
you.
him.
Listen. First of all, this is the thing. You have to look at the fact his presentation. He came with 2 big pictures
No presentation.
of text, and he was like, I'm going to pour these. So initially, it was the awe factor. Like, wow, what is he going to do? You engage the crowd. We're wondering. He pours them down, and then you're like, okay, he pours them down. What's going to come next? He kept us on the edge of our seats. And then he literally like skydives on top of them. And I was like, whoa! I thought that was really incredible the way that he was able to do that and not be in any way be phased by the pain. His legs were bleeding. His belly was bleeding.
Here's
His
what I have to
head
say
was
about
bleeding.
that is he's a pain junkie. He likes that stuff. If I like that stuff, it doesn't mean that I have talent when I
Right.
want to throw
Sure.
my body on
tell you something.
text.
There's something there's something in football which I played a lot where they say
What have you not done?
I have never did ventriloquism.
None of those words were English.
Exactly. And I've never visited Rosetta Stone. But anyways,
In Scotland?
All right. Well,
anyways, the thing is this, is that for what it's worth, I thought it was good. Like, for example, if I'm going across, Venice Beach, or if you're going to one of those freak shows and you see somebody doing that, you will be entertained. If it was a freak show, you will be entertained.
I would
with somebody
walk
doing
past
that.
it.
I want to see more of him.
Okay.
He laid on tacks and was bleeding. He gave his blood, sweat, and tears literally out there.
No,
I want to see
that
more.
was joyous for him, and you're lucky he made it through. What
Yeah.
you guys think, though?
I actually turned it back to the Cavs game right now because anybody who likes to be
LeBron
like pain or
James.
being kicked in the nuts, basically that should be round 2 for.
That's called S&M. Rihanna made a song about it, and
No.
50 Shades of Grey made a movie about
That
it.
is not the same kind of S&M. Just saying.
Sorry,
But-
I'm not an expert, Kaori.
Well, All right, guys, go on.
Gross. Kevin, I will say this, that he did do something that you can't do. I agree. He had a whole jar full of tacks, and you have no tact. I thought, as a person,
But
it's
I don't know, first
you
of all,
can look that up.
how long it took you to think about that.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
As a person, I thought he was entertaining. If his talent was, hey, let's have a conversation with this guy. But I don't think that he had an act. I don't think he did anything that would be amazing. Like they had a few seasons ago, they had Horse, who would take shots to the nuts. But he made it an act. He had friends come out, music playing.
remember that.
They would hit him with stuff, hit him with boards. It was a whole act. This
Right.
guy literally dumped out
Yep.
tacks and jumped in it.
Yeah.
Maybe if he had done something with the tax where he had a whole performance, then it's a show. But just jumping into tax is watching the worst backyard wrestling.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. Another thing the guy had that you did not have, that you don't have, Daniel.
Let's hear this.
He actually has a body. So anyway, moving
What?
on.
I'm a floating head?
And no, he actually has a body that you can look at and be attracted to.
What?
So anyways, obviously that was a joke. I'm not being serious.
No one knows what you're talking
I'm so
about.
confused.
That's the point of the joke.
Marissa, if we could just end the show now, that'd be
No.
great. Thanks.
Thank
you so much. Tune in next week to AfterBuzz.
Buzz.
What I was gonna say, no,
Buzz you
honestly,
later.
All jokes aside, what I was gonna say, Daniel.
There were no jokes yet.
Well, not on your behalf. But anyways, what I was saying is the fact that you keep saying, oh, if he made it a show, if he added music, if he added this. You got to realize these are the preliminary rounds. Once you get through, then you can start to bring out your good stuff. You never expose everything in the beginning.
So if a magician came out and said, "Ooh, I took my thumb off," that's just, it's the preliminaries. He's not going to show his good stuff yet. You have to have good and then great. I don't think he had good.
And I don't want to see what's next, what other
I
pain he
don't-
can do. I don't want to see anything else from this guy.
There's no like fun props to like go with him. Like you said, like with like horse. All right, so we've got 2 more to go. We've got
Too many.
There was a lot on this one.
Come on. No, there's always 12, I think. Okay, so the duo Vladimir from Ukraine, hand balancing acrobatic. I wasn't so wowed. I know it's a wow thing until they did it with knives.
That did it for me.
Because they were really shaky a little bit. And I was like, but the knife thing was impressive. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible to see them balance and have just the coordination and skill set to do that. But when they put the knives on, I was like, okay, I can dig it.
Okay.
I agree. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed watching it, and I'm glad they went through.
Yep.
Nothing spectacular,
Right. Okay.
Balancing knives isn't spectacular?
but shut up, Kevin.
I mean,
That was must-see TV.
what the ventriloquist was.
I've had it with both of
God,
you. All
me?
of you. All 3 of you.
I'm
was your boy. I thought he was
so
gross.
You lost me with the gross comment.
What? I should be upset that you think it's gross on
What?
my end.
I
Okay.
didn't say you were gross.
Cameron, please go.
If
So
we
just
can,
call him Kevin.
if you can all go.
Okay.
Some of the best talent of the night. Like you said, it was a little shaky in the beginning, but they got their balance together, and the knives took it over the top. I'm interested to see what they're going to do next because that was good talent.
Okay, and then we have the final act of the night. Last week it was 2 weeks ago was Howard Stern, the week before was Howie Mandel. Oh yeah, the other way around. But this act, Mel B hit her golden buzzer. She is a singer,
From
Sharon
Chicago.
Irving. She can sing, but I'm like, really? Golden buzzer worthy. I mean, she made it through, and she should have made it through. She sang her own rendition of Hosier's "Take Me to Church," but
At the end of the day, I'll say this. I think there are other acts that have gone this season that are more worthy of the golden buzzer than this act was. Great singer. I'm not going to take that away from this woman.
Agreed.
Great singer. She should have been passed through. Golden buzzer. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be surprised if that was something the producers told Mel B to do because I didn't get it. I just didn't get
Her
it.
background story.
Well, I feel honestly that
Which I didn't watch.
what it may even have been is they show these out of order now. They shoot them all over and they chop them up. And I'm wondering if it was getting close to the end and Mel B hadn't used her golden buzzer yet. So she was like, oh, you know what? I might as well this was really good. Let me just use it now because who knows what else is coming. I don't think that it was worthy. I agree with you. I thought she was very good.
Yeah.
She's a very good singer. But again, for America's Got Talent, she's a singer. We have singers. We have other shows for singers. Does that deserve to go straight through? I don't think so.
I don't think so
but
either.
also, she shouldn't be penalized for being a singer. But I think definitely, yes, she should have gone through. And she probably would have made it to the live rounds automatically anyway, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Again, she's a very good singer.
Honestly, I think the girl that sang the mariachi song was a better singer than this girl. I personally feel that, I don't even think the girl that got the golden buzzer at the end was the best act of the night.
no, she wasn't.
And that's why I was just totally in shock when that happened. So we don't know. Daniel made a theory. I made a theory. Who knows why it was pushed?
Cameron.
Mel's not one of the best singers, and
Shade.
she represents her culture.
Well,
and
what do you want?
What?
do you really, really want? Tell
I
me.
think he wants you to, Daniel, I think he wants you to shut up so
It
he can
takes
finish
two.
his.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really
What
want.
I really want is for 2 becomes 1. Another Spice
All
Girls
right.
reference.
Someone in the chat,
Okay.
Westers, talking about the duo knife act says, I really thought that the bit of a shake was on purpose, all to make the next bit that much more exciting.
That's plausible. Hey, good job.
Yeah, that's very true. But
Makes
You
sense.
get a virtual cookie. Wait, you
That's
don't
very
want
true.
those. You want to delete those from
No,
your
you
browser.
Thank you for chatting with us. And okay, guys, so act of worst and best act of the night for you guys each.
Well, I'm gonna go first. The worst was the tack guy,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
he doesn't have tack. The guy didn't have tack.
Yeah. Okay.
And the best would have to be mariachi or the knife. I'm gonna go with the knife
Okay.
because that was some great talent.
Okay. I will say the tact was the worst, and I would say the best is a tie between the first guy and then the magician.
Oh, I forgot about ventriloquist
Yeah.
guy.
Not the ventriloquist. No. Okay. Daniel.
My best was Scott, and my worst was this after show.
You gotta be nice.
I'm just kidding. No, we're great.
Okay.
Don't say it like that. The daisies or
This could
the
get tough for me,
paninis,
guys. Okay.
whatever they're, the blossoms.
first of all, they're called the
Orchids?
orchids.
Yeah, those. No, thank you for me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They're worse than the tact guy for you.
Yeah, because at least he was entertaining,
Okay. Fair enough. You.
to my opinion.
The best of this night to me is, without a doubt, the mariachi singer.
Okay.
I thought she was phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
The worst to me is a 3-way tie. It is a 3-way tie between the Orchids, who I thought were entertaining,
Okay.
but if just talent based, obviously that was a catastrophe.
Okay.
So the Orchids, the ventriloquist, and Daniel's T-shirt. So
Okay.
between the 3 of those, I am just appalled.
T-shirt's
That's a-
fantastic.
And that being said, there's not really much news and gossip except for I'm going to let you guys know how they did in viewership. For this episode 3, they had 10.44 million viewers.
That's not bad.
They were ranked number 2 of the night.
Behind
Ooh.
Big Bang
don't
Theory
you know?
the
reruns.
Cavs, the Cavs.
Oh, yeah,
Warrior.
there
Or
you
wait,
go.
no.
That's very possible. What?
I would go.
Right? I don't know if the Cavs
I'm
Warriors.
guessing a
was the
rerun of
same
Big
night.
Bang Theory.
I don't know.
I would go
But
Cavs.
that
Yeah.
being said, they're doing pretty well. I mean, it is a summer show, and it's a really good summer show. And also, let's move on to some really quick predictions of all the acts so far. Who do you think is going to make it the furthest?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
That scared me. I'm like, what's going on? It's time to go. You know what? I still haven't been floored yet. I haven't seen
Really?
anybody that I could
Okay.
really. I mean, there was some here and there, but I'm ready to step it up.
I have a big prediction. Is I think that some form of dancer is going to take this season. I just have this feeling. What do you guys think?
My prediction is that Scott's not going to get as far as he should because people in the Midwest won't vote for him.
Oh, that's sad, but you
That
know
was
what?
very
That's a fair.
I'm from the Midwest.
No, it's
My,
sad.
yeah,
That's
exactly. So
possible.
that makes a lot of sense.
But he's on
Golden
Scott's
buzzer.
team. And then you. It's Ken and John.
I don't think anybody from this particular episode is going to make it to the finals.
Okay.
I don't. I really, like I said, I don't really think this episode. There's really not a lot of just talent that really shot out there. I mean, I think the judges were rather nice this episode. I think the audience was very nice. They gave standing ovations several times. But I'm sorry, I just didn't really see anything that I'm like, that's definitely finals worthy.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and that being said, that completes our after show. But there's also next week they're gonna have the crazy rounds, the stunt rounds. It's gonna be interesting because they're gonna be outdoors doing crazy stuff, to say the least. But in the meantime, between today and next week, where can everyone follow and find you guys?
I'm Kevin John. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyKevinJohn.
Okay.
You can find me, Daniel Weiss, at It's Daniel Weiss on Twitter, and follow my improv group, Doctor Who Live, on the Facebook thing.
That Facebook.
And I'm Cameron Penny, and you can follow me on Twitter at YoTime Music and on Instagram at Cameron Penny. I'll be out of the country next week, guys. So
Where you going?
I'm going to Toronto
Okay.
And I'm going with him, so I won't be here either.
Nice. Okay.
So
Perfect. And I'll be in Africa.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a solo show here. Sad. Just kidding. And I am Kaori Takee, and you can find me at
almost said your name wrong.
Kaorious, Kaorious on Twitter as well as Instagram. And don't forget, hashtag ABTVAGT is the place to send your comments and questions. If you agree with Daniel or Kevin or Cameron or I or disagree, let us know that way. And also you can follow the whole entire AfterBuzz team at AfterBuzz TV because we have a lot of shows for you. So if you're watching TV, we have an after show for you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And before we go, I want to say we are friends forever.
We are friends.
We are friends, not just forever. We're friends eternally.
It is true.
Kelly Kapowski, AC Slater, Zach Morris,
Dang
Screech
right.
Powers.
I'm more of a Jesse
Time out.
Spano
Jesse-
kind of girl.
Yeah, and you're more of a Principal Belding kind of person.
So that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are actually friends outside of this, but I'm just kidding. You guys know that.
maybe
And thank you
not
guys,
anymore.
and we'll catch you guys
Why
later.
can't we
Bye,
be
bye,
friends?
bye.
Why can't we be friends?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz ya
Buzz
later.
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.